Let's be honest, everyone used to share their Netflix account with a bunch of people. I used to as well. At the beginning of 2023, Netflix made a big move and announced that they didn't want people to share accounts anymore. Wow, that's terrible, right? Well, maybe not as much as you think. Today, we'll have a look at the reasons why this move actually makes a lot of sense and has the potential to benefit you, the viewer, in the end. If you felt angry when you heard the news, just stick around here for a while and maybe you will change your mind. So, let's get something straight. Netflix is ultimately a company. They need money to run their business. Right now, the competitive landscape for streaming services is completely different than it was in 2007 when Netflix launched their business. And it even is now very different than it was even 5 years ago. Netflix is an established player in the streaming industry. They've been struggling to grow at the same pace that they used to before. Their market share is continuously shrinking as other players enter the market and launch their own streaming service. They have to find a way to attract more people, new subscribers to their service. What do people like? They like cheap stuff. Netflix created a new subscription plan with ads for a much cheaper price than the other plans they already had. Then, Netflix executives are not blind. They knew people were sharing their account with all their relatives and their families and their cousins and their friends. There was just nothing preventing you from doing it. You could get the 4K full package and share it with everyone you knew, your family, your siblings, your parents, your cousins, your neighbor, whoever really. But I think I'm not alone when I think that the general overall quality of the content on Netflix has just been going down in the recent years. It just feels like the content has increased in quantity but dramatically decreased in quality. I'm not gonna lie, when I watch a new suggestion on Netflix, I watch it, and then I don't know about you, but 1 week later, I completely forget about it. New shows are only published if they fit in one of the mainstream categories. This may be good for the general appeal of the service, but it really lacks in creating anything memorable in your experience using this service. Seeing this, you might think it's easy. Why don't they just create more content in specific niches or more creative movies or TV shows? The answer is they don't, because they see it as a risk. Netflix shareholders are already scared since they're not gaining in subscribers quarter over quarter like they used to before. Netflix wants to play it safe. They want to hold the position they have in the market right now. The sad reality of things is Netflix needs money to support all of that original content that they're putting out. At the size they are right now, it's extra cost, extra money they have to spend to try and put out content that is not broad appeal. Netflix knows they have more viewers than subscribers, which is why they made their move against account sharing. While this did not affect them in their growing phase, it does play a significant role right now in their ability to invest in out-of-the-box content. If they could get just that extra revenue from their already existing viewers, they could invest that money into creating a bigger variety and more creative shows that everyone would enjoy. Since they already succeeded in the past in creating so many amazing shows and movies, I'm sure they can do it again. And that is why Netflix anti-sharing policy can benefit you. I want Netflix to be able to make more creative and awesome content like they used to before. But only real, sustainable way they have of achieving this without completely losing out to their competition is to maximize their revenue. I understand if you're angry that you can't pay $2 per month for your Netflix membership that you shared with all your friends, but if you can't see the positive impact this change can have on the quality of the content, then it probably means that you either didn't really notice the change in quality of the content on Netflix, or you don't actually really care about what you watch. In my opinion, it is completely worth it to have my own Netflix account if it means that Netflix can survive this increasingly competitive market and at the same time still put out amazing content like they did in their past. The last thing I want is for great content to be diluted in a sea of worthless junk. By actually paying for the service you consume, you ultimately benefit from it, since Netflix will have enough cash to produce all the content you really want, and not just stay afloat by creating content that tastes like hospital food. What do you think about Netflix crackdown on account sharing? Do you believe future content on Netflix can go back to the quality it had before? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if it's not already done. Keep watching and stay wise. Ciao!